maybe if you have anything, like any future stuff you want to talk about. Like, for example, how did this team happen? Have you talked about it on stream?
Yeah, a few times. Just
A few times.
started as a meme, and now we're here. So I don't know. I have some plans for what we're gonna do next year, like some really cool things we're gonna do. Can't leak anything yet. It's like cooking, but yeah, it started as like a meme, and now it's insanely big. So yeah,
Is it going the way you wished it would?
I had no idea how it would go.
Mm.
I actually thought no one would be interested. Sometimes I was
Mm.
like, "Is this a good idea?" I feel like no one's gonna be interested.
Mm.
But the support was absolutely like unfathomable. Like you can't even believe how many people were watching yesterday in the game. Like it was
How many viewers did you have yesterday?
like 250K for our game or some shit. I was just like absolutely mind blown. So yeah, I don't know. The support's crazy. It's just like the thing is, I get very self-conscious sometimes in the sense that everything's going so good now that how do I keep living up to it? You know.
Yeah.
How do I like keep one upping?
Yeah.
You know.
It's hard to one up a
Because
Red
as
Bull
soon
event.
as you, yeah, one
Against
month in,
T1.
it's like 250K. You play against T1 on a stadium to 30,000 people. Like, how do you keep topping that?
Yeah.
You know, because anything below is like, So,
I see what you mean.
So I'm trying to figure out how I can just
When
keep
did you
doing
come up
like-
with the idea? Do you remember, like, around what time?
like in June or July.
June? And you asked me in like late September, maybe?
Yeah. Or maybe I don't need to top it, chat, but I need to like, I want to keep delivering. You know, I want to keep delivering like awesome shit for like you guys and for like the viewers to like see crazy stuff. So yeah, I'll figure out those things.
How do you visualize the future?
I would say find a way into LEC.
That's your vision? Do you have a timeline that you want to follow?
I
For
feel like-
example, what I said before about K-Corp, I made a mistake of rushing into it. So my advice would be don't rush it.
No.
It's going to happen.
I think that's
probably
just,
at some point if you do things right. So
Yeah.
just let it happen by itself
yeah.
and take it slow. Rather, I think, slow and steady than rushing into it and not being ready.
Yeah.
Or like buying into a project that many teams seem to be doing these days where they like team up with another team and it seems like a bit of a mess. I don't know how your impression is with that. But
I don't think I'll rush into it, but like I don't think there's any other direction that you can really take it. Like I want to make insane content. I want to do some crazy ass events and show matches and like projects with the team, and I want to like do something different that no one's done, or like find new ways. But I think eventually, like I got lots of offers to coach in the LEC.
I
Like
can
the
imagine,
last like 3 years, or like from 2021 to 2023, I had like a lot of LEC offers to coach, but I never took them because I wanted to be a streamer. And I'll be open with you, like coaches, how much they earn versus streamers, how much they earn. It's like crazy for me, for my life, to like go coaching. And obviously I'm not gonna do both. Like I couldn't do both. I
don't think you can. Yeah.
I can't be a coach and a streamer at the same time. Like I need
Unless
to do
you're
the
for
team.
Los Ratones.
But with Los Ratones, I can actually coach and stream. I feel like. So
So you're doing something.
this
no
is
one
like
else has
something that
done.
I've wanted to do really badly. I've really wanted to coach, like big time, but I never really found a way to do it. And now that I'm doing it, my competitive drive that it disappeared as a pro. It's like the fire's like slowly coming back, you know.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm like thinking to myself, obviously it's a crazy thought, but what if I could take a team to Worlds, you know? And like, what if I could actually?
Would you ever want to play, or do you?
No, never play.
Never play.
What if I could coach a team to Worlds and do damage there, you know? Like once, you know? Because I'm at the point in my life where it's like, what if I just tried like once?
Like really go hard for
Like
it
just
once.
fucking go for it, you know? Like really just put every waking hour I have into squeezing every % out of players for like an international, and just like full send it. Because will I regret it if I don't try it once, you know?
If you want to do it, you probably should try it at least once.
So,
but I don't think you should be stressed about it.
No,
Unless you have some. Do you have any stress in your life?
I don't have any stress about it. But I just like I have that thought every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
Just every now and then it comes to me where it's like, if I go like 50 years old and I look back, and I had lots of fun streaming for like 10 years or whatever, however long my streaming goes, and I'm like, did I not? Because best way to describe it is like I think you don't realize how fast years go by. Yep. You always put things off. You're like, oh, I'll go on holiday. Maybe next year I'll go.
Yeah.
And then it comes to next year and you're like, maybe I don't have time now. I'll do it next year. You know, you always like delay things. Yeah. And so I've had that in my mind every now and then. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll coach in like a couple of years. And a couple years was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know? So if I say that again, and then by the time I get to like 40, 50 years old, now I'm like, fuck, maybe 1 year wasn't actually that long in the span of the time. Like I did have time, I just put it off.
Yeah.
So I always think to myself, like, maybe I should just try once. I haven't found the right opportunity for it yet, and I'm not gonna jump to find it. You know, if it comes to me, I'll jump on it.
Yeah.
But nothing's come to me yet. But I think that Los Ratones is a way where I can consider it if it happens.
Yeah.
I think the only way it could happen is through Los Ratones.
Yeah, that makes
So I'm not
sense.
chasing that goal, but it's like something that I have in the back of my mind where if we do go to LEC one day and we do like compete for worlds, I just need to make sure that I'm ready, that if it does happen, that like I fucking like go for it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you have no stress with time or anything?
No.
Because you see a lot of pros retire.
If we don't go to LEC, sucks, but we'll see.
You see a lot of pros retire way earlier than we are, where we are now.
Yeah.
But you have no stress with that? Like you're happy to do this into your 30s? Because we're now 28, both of us, right? Turning 29 next year.
96?
Yeah.
Yeah, 28.
So, do you have any stress, any external stress in any way?
No. Like I feel like I've had a lot of burnout in my life, you know. But
do you feel burned out nowadays?
Normally towards like the end of the years, like after Worlds, I feel like exhausted, like mentally, you know. Like mentally, I just feel like, oh, I'm so like, so much is going on, you know. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go crazy. But I feel like I've found a way to deal with burnout pretty well. I can just reset quite quick.
Hopefully this is actually something that helps that as well. Like you having your own place.
Yeah.
Maybe in a place you're more comfortable.
Sometimes people are like, what's the secret to breaking out burnout, you know? It's like, how do I deal with it? The way I see burnout is like you start with 100% battery.
Yeah.
And you go down to like 10% and you're burnt out.
Yeah.
When you say you're recharging the battery, it'll never go back to 100%.
No.
It'll always like go to 90 or something.
It's like a badly...
And then when it goes back to 10, the max it can hit then is like 85. And then it goes back to 10, the max it can hit there is like 75.
Yeah, it's like your phone after a few years.
Yeah.
It doesn't really charge the same way.
Yeah, that's how I see burnout. Like once you hit burnout, when you refresh, you're never back to where you were when you first started, you know?
Yeah.
Like that motivation and grind you have is nuts when you first start. So I feel like my burnout levels are still pretty fine. Like I think once I have like a reset and next year starting, I'm good to go.
And hopefully this gives you like a more stable
and like
life as well.
Los Ratones actually helped me with burnout. It increased my workload by a shit ton.
I can imagine playing and doing all of the admin stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How did you even do that actually? You played?
Yeah.
So a few scrims a day, right? And solo rank on top?
Yeah.
And then you had to like get everything going and all the stuff for Red Bull.
Yeah, it was just it's like staying up to like 12 o'clock, 1 a.m. and then wake up at like 9, back on the stream.
Okay.
Just like the only annoying thing was people wanted to have meetings about things.
Yeah.
And I can't, because I want to stream from like
you can't do it on stream,
9 or 10 a.m. till like 6 at least. So I'm like, can you guys do the meetings at like 7 or 8 p.m.? And they're like, we don't work those hours. We work like 9 to 5. And I'm like, can you do it from me? So I had to like try and learn support and get scrims and coach a bit. Then I had to like open up all the social media and run the accounts and make sure there was like interactions and find people for like editing and stuff.